what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for another Group 3 race on Gran Turismo Sports. It's day 6, racing on circuit the Spa-Francochamps, so hope everybody is still doing okay to keep up the training. We're always going to get everything. Might work perfectly on the practice. So this is going to be able to get ready to use the Toyota FT-1 Vision Gran Turismo Group 3 with a Castrol Tom's Super Library variant. So this is going to get everything. We'll be prepared for a balance of performance to get started. So let's go and get ready to practice. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. So let's go and get ready to race, and let's get started. So everything is all set and ready to go. So this is going to get everything. We'll be able to work faster. We're always going to get everything. Will keep up the racing mobility while racing on Spa-Francochamps. It is very important. So we will always going to be able to keep up the training until the final day will come for this week's on the daily race, because it might be able to be taking a lot of perfection out there. We're always going to need to take a lot of few racing skills we might need to keep up. Every race will also be able to have a contingency. It's going to get everything for taking a lot of faster skills. We're always going to be able to keep up with the best. It happens all the time by having mistakes, by ignoring the track limits. So gonna make sure that this is going to be able to be ready. So this is going to be able to have plenty of settings by taking the options we might be able to go in. So let's just going to be able to have the Castrol Tom's FT-1 will also to go in. So this is going to be able to take that lineup. It's going to get everything will going in to be prepared for. So let's go and get ready. And then this is going to be able to take a lot of warm-up. So going to make sure to be able to take plenty of space while racing around on the straight. It's going to get everything to be well made to do it. This is all about taking the mobility of this race, folks. This will always going to keep up. We'll always stay faster. We might be able to keep up for the limit. Now it might be able to help. Perhaps this is going to be able to take a lot of perfection. We might be able to give a time to spare. So this is going to get everything. We might need to keep it together, folks. This is going to be very faster. We might need to take a lot of mobility. We might be able to go prepare for. So the race will be able to begin. So this is going to be able to take plenty of faster works we might be able to do for a perfection race on Spa-Francochamps. So clean race is important. So this is going to get everything. We'll be able to get started to begin. So hope this is a best moment, because this is going to be able to take a lot of contested challenge. It's going to get everything. Will going in. Will might be able to take a lot of pace. Will also to go faster it gets. Field set and ready to go. So this is going to be able to have the radar we might need in use. So this is going to be able to have any options we might need to be able to have a lean position. So gonna make sure that this is gonna get everything we'll be need to do. Any option choice will also to use the field map whenever we have to race, and we will always gonna be able to keep up. We're always gonna stay on a good mobility balance. It's gonna get everything will go in there. Now this is gonna get everything well pressure up to be able to maintain. So gonna make sure that each field map will also gonna be able to have a patience. It's gonna get everything will going in. This is definitely might be able to work faster. We might be able to take, because it will always going to be able to take plenty of perfection out there. So this is going to get everything needs to be very respectful out there. So whenever it happens, change up into 3 is definitely might be needed in case. So don't want to get everything to be well needed. So this is definitely might need to be able to have plenty of options. We might be able to work faster it gets. So this is going to be able to take the long link. It's going to be quite very separate out there. So this is definitely might need to be able to take a lot of faster work. Will might be able to take plenty of racing chance out there. We're always going to get everything. Will keep up. Okay, take that turn onto the inside of the apex. So this is going to get everything will going in to be able to reach up onto the gap distance. We might be able to have a catch-up approach. It's going to get everything very tougher. We might be able to get. every race will also might need to have a drill instructor, so gonna make sure I'll be helping you out whenever you guys need. So this is gonna be able to take plenty of effort. Will might need to be able to keep your mobility. We're always gonna be able to have the moment of racing. We're always gonna keep it well endure. But this is going to be able to take a lot of practice out there. Will might need to be able to stay strong and keep on racing. Will might be able to take plenty of pressure. Will might be able to go in. Now, this is definitely might be giving a lot of risk to let you guys know. So try not to get collided to each other by preventing a spin out. So this is definitely might be able to cause of a decreased sportsmanship rating. So it will might be able to have penalty on it. So gonna make sure to be very careful. Will might need to be able to be very exercise caution. Is going to get everything, has to do it perfectly. Will also to give a good correction moment. Will might be able to take a lot of faster skills. Will might be able to keep up. So it will might be able to take a lot of motives. Is going to get everything to be able to work perfectly. Will might be able to go faster. Now that Will might be able to do it on the first lap. So this is going to be able to going in onto the second lap, so this is going to be able to have whenever it takes to be able to wait onto any positions to be able to overtake to move on. So this is definitely might be able to have a chance to be able to go correctly. Will might be able to take plenty of distance. Is going to get everything we'll be going in for. Now let's just going to be able to try it again to be able to have that turn. It's going to be very risky. So gonna make sure to be able to going up onto the apex. Is gonna be quite very hard to get, while speeding up is gonna be quite very well made to be able to take the risk. Will might be able to go forward. So this is gonna be able to take a few seconds until this will might be able to go again. Okay, gonna make sure let Crazy Mike 22 pass. So this is definitely might be able to take plenty of stability of the turns. Is going to be quite needs to be able to keep it well managed. Just going to be able to have plenty of example work, so it's going to be quite pretty hard to be able to have plenty of turns while the opponent is coming by to be able to overtake. Now this is going to be able to take plenty more distance to be able to go on the long way, so they're going to be able to do a lot of racing work to go. This is going to be able to take plenty of hard work. Will might be able to keep up by each minute. Is going to get everything we'll be prepared for. Now this is going to be able to take plenty of turns, so going to make sure to keep it well nice and tight, folks. It's going to get everything needs to be able to maintain the pace. It's going to get everything will going in. This is going to be able to take a lot of hard turns. It's going to be able to do a lot of perfections. Will might need to be able to do plenty of focus. So if we had to make sure that any opponent would like to be able to make one good pass, so this is definitely might be needs to be able to keep up. We're also going to be able to stay on track. It's going to be quite giving us a little bit hard time to be able to take the faster rush of the patience. It's going to get everything has to be able to do correction, folks. This is going to be able to take plenty of turns. It's going to get everything going in. Okay, just gonna make sure, give a little bit more time. So this is gonna get everything, has to be very careful out there, folks. Well, unless it's pretty hard at the last turn when things are getting a little bit much harder to get. Just gonna make sure to be able to keep holding on the brakes whenever there's any issues going on. So gonna make sure to ignore it. So better make sure to keep moving on for the next lap. It's gonna be quite very tougher. It gets that this is gonna need to be able to do a lot of practice out there. Be remember, folks, better make sure taking a clean lap race will might be able to take a lot of overtakes. It's gonna be very long important to be able to take that gap distance. Will might be able to catch up. So every race is gonna be quite very difficult out there to be able to take very correction. Will might be able to avoid any handling problems going on. So if possible, to be able to have automatic and transmission mode, we'll be able to take. So this is going to be able to take plenty of mobility. We'll might need to be able to keep up. So this is going to be able to take plenty more time that this is going to be able to take for hanging on, and then this is going to be able to take plenty of distance, has to be able to make it well maintained to do it. Now, third lap is going to be able to take a little bit more time, so going to be able to keep up. Will might be able to make it there until this is going to be able to move on in onto the fourth lap. It's going to get everything Will going in to be able to have the single pit stop. Will might be able to take a little bit more time. There we go. Taking good turns, so this definitely might be able to keep coming better. Now, this is definitely might be getting a little bit harder out there, folks. So sometimes whenever it happens that if you really wanted to be able to avoid the mistakes, so going to make sure to be able to learn any dodging skills while racing is going to be quite very important. So this is definitely might be able to give a one attempt demonstration. Will might be need to get everything Will going in by the example. So this is definitely might be going pretty challenging to determine. See, each racer could probably able to make one open space. Is going to be able to take the upper hand. It's going to get everything what they need to do, because any determinant of each performance of Group 3 racing is going to be quite challenging to be able to race on a Belgian racetrack. Is going to be quite neat to be able to learn, taking a lot of skills of practice. We're always going to be able to take a good clean lap. Is going to get everything well struggled up. Is going to get everything well higher up to be made. So this is going to be able to take plenty of training out there. So this is going to be able to have one thing to be able to say. So how could we have a good race out of themselves if we have to make sure to be able to take a perfect clean lap for having a race? Will also to be able to overtake with the opponents. It's going to be very tougher for us to be able to take respectful moments. We might need to be able to make it well endured to be able to keep our mobility. We might need to stay together. Going to make sure to be able to do the right thing. If anybody could probably able to avoid penalty, while any drivers could probably able to take some time for a little recovery, we're also going to be able to resume the run. It also happens, so this is going to be able to take a lot of clear running times out there to be able to keep up the pace. It's going to get everything Will going in. Now, this is going to be able to take that turn, so going to keep going, and then takes a lot of grip out there. We're also going to need to be able to keep it nice and steady. Now it looks like it's definitely moving on to 11th place. Things could get, everything might need to be able to keep up. We're always going to be able to try to go faster. We might need it for. So it also happens, stream map also come often. We might be able to take. So this is definitely might be pretty challenging if we had to make sure to be able to keep it well careful. Okay, this is going to be the hard step. Better make sure watch and learn, folks. When the driver is about to slow down, the opponent might be able to let it pass. So this is going to be a very hard step if you guys really want to learn to be able to take a lot of examples to be able to make sure, because it takes a lot of pressure. It's going to be able to keep up the pace. It's going to get everything needs to be able to learn. So better make sure to be very careful on any opponents when they're about to be able to take the perfect moment. So this is going to be able to take a lot of risk. It's going to get everything past, to be very well exercised caution. It's going to get everything real going in. Now, for every race that this is going to be able to take plenty of hard distance, is going to get everything going longer by 37.2 seconds. This is going to be a very tough one for us if we have to make sure to be able to have our racing mobility to be able to keep it together. This we might need to do some more practice before we will get started for a race training to be able to begin with. It's important to be able to race on the Nations Cup and the Manufacturer Series. Is definitely what we need to do, is to have a lot of racing training out there to be able to keep up. Better make sure that the driver rating is important as well to be able to move on to your new driver rating rank. Is going to be quite very hard to take. So it definitely might be able to take a lot of contingency whenever you really want to be able to keep up onto the top position. It's a very tough rope out there to be able to go forward on the long way. Got to make sure that this is going to get everything. Will be able to take a lot of time to be able to keep up. Will also to be able to go forward. Will might be able to take the throttle. Will might be able to keep up. So this is going to be able to take plenty of more times to be able to get. So everything's doing okay for the FT-1 Castrol comms. So this is definitely might be able to take a lot of faster work out there. Will also might need to take a lot of chance. Will always going to keep up with a classic GT1 racing nostalgia. Is definitely might be able to work fast for a Group 3 race. So it will might be able to do a little bit more time because we are definitely might be able to try to do the best whatever we can. Now this is going to be able to going in onto the pit stop. So this is going to be able to have the crew to be able to going in. So this one might be able to have 50% of the fuel we might recommend to be able to get prepared for. So always going to save a lot of fuel out there. We might need to make it good, well managed. So it might help. So this is going to be able to take plenty of respectable racing moments out there. So don't want to make any dirty race. This is definitely might be needs to be able to go again. So gotta make sure to be very reasonable to be able to understand. So this is definitely might be able to take plenty of practice. It's going to get everything going in until all 7 video segments of racing in Spa-Francochamps will be able to be done at any moment. So we're on the 6th day. The 7th day we might be able to be ready to be able to be prepared for the final round of the racing training. It's going to get everything we'll be able to be prepared for. Now, this is going to be able to resume after taking a new set of the tires and giving a little bit half amount of fuel. So this is definitely might be able to go back onto 13th place. Still takes a long way to go, but it might have a long gap distance. If we have to make sure to be able to have our precision skill, we might be able to go faster. We might be able to have our mobility. Is going to get everything has to be able to do perfect, folks. This has to be able to do a lot of training to be able to keep up the practice if you really want to be able to do a successful moment on the Nations Cup and the Manufacturer Series. Better make sure, don't want to take too much distraction because it gets having a lot of a decreased sportsmanship rating has to be able to come out of it because this definitely might need to be able to take plenty of skills. So be reminded yourself, folks. Take a lot of practice if you really want to make a good perfection moment. We'll be able to take plenty of important steps. We'll also might need to be able to keep up. We'll also to have a good race, even the fuel map as well. So gonna make sure to be able to keep it reminded whenever we have to be able to take a lot of time to be able to go racing if we have to be able to do a perfection moment. Now, the yellow flag is definitely might be quite coming in for giving a 1 heads up check. So this is definitely might be having a lot of hard time for every racer out there. So this is definitely might be taking a little bit more time to be able to take a lot of correction. We might need that turn. Is going to get everything going in. Now this is going to be able to press on in. So 7 lap is going to be able to go forward. So we're almost there. This is going to be able to take the 8 lap. It's going to get everything will be going in. But this is going to be able to take 1 step approach to be able to keep up the faster distance. We might be able to go there. So it might be able to try, but it takes plenty of stability of each race. We might be able to take that perfection. We'll also to be able to achieve the success. Is going to get everything what you guys need to do. Learn to take a lot of racing mobility. We'll always take moderation. Is going to get everything will be going in. So now this is going to get everything has to be able to do perfectly. We might be able to have a chance. We'll also to go in. Now let's just going to be able to keep trying, and then this this is going to be able to take a few turns out there. So when the opponents pass by you, so this could be able to take a lot of chance to be able to take plenty of training work. Will also to be able to learn to overtake with a faster opponent is definitely might be quite very challenging to be able to make sure. So it will always going to need to take plenty of few speed and handling. It's going to get everything what you need to do to be able to take plenty of faster work. It's going to get everything has to be able to take a lot of practice. So don't lose any progress whenever you're about to take that turn. It will might need to be able to go again when a mistake occurs. So it happens all the time when each racer leaves the lobby and affects the driver ratings as well. So this one might be able to cause to start over again. So gonna make sure to let you guys reminded, don't leave the race. That will might affect your driver ratings. So otherwise, that will might be able to go again to be able to have a lot of perfection. We're always going to be able to keep up for having a good race without exiting the lobby. So gonna make sure to keep your driver rating is going to need to be intact to be able to keep it well maintained to do it. So here we go. This is going to be able to have the final lap. We might be able to go in. So gonna make sure that Power 2 is going to be able to keep it well set up. So this is going to be able to keep up the pace. It's going to get everything will be going in. So we're almost there, folks. So this is going to be able to conclude for the final day for tomorrow of the daily race of this week. So this is going to get everything will be prepared to be able to get started out for. So it will be able to be put it in later on. So gonna make sure to be able to keep on racing. We're always going to be able to have a lot of demonstration. We're always going to be able to take a lot of training. We'll also get yourself on the racing exercise. We might be able to take the higher limits. We'll also to test our skills. Just going to be able to keep up the pace. So this one might be able to get nearly there. So it will might need to be able to take plenty of good mobility. So this one might be able to keep it well managed on the throttle. It's going to get everything to be well important. Almost there. So this race is about to be over soon. So this is going to be able to take plenty of fuel left. So this one might be able to keep it well monitored on the fuel map. So whenever it happens to be able to go down to 0, that will be slowing down to be able to have plenty of trouble timing to be able to keep it well managed to be in case. Now let's just going to be able to keep going forward. So going to make sure to be able to have a lot of time remaining left. But this is going to might need to be able to keep it well endured. So don't lose any grip while taking the turns of the track. It is going to be very important to be able to have a lot of risk. If anybody could probably able to make one good perfection moment out there, we're always going to be able to keep it stand still. We're also to be able to take plenty of practice to be able to go again. It's always going to be able to have a lot of racing training out there. So sometimes it also happens if they need that driver rating to go up. Do the best you can. It's going to get everything what you need to do. We're always going to be able to race to take a perfection to be able to win. So looks like that was definitely might be doing a good job for having a lot of good race out there. So it was definitely might be doing better if we had to make sure to be able to take plenty of racing communication. We might need to be able to get together. We're always going to be able to take a lot of faster work. So that definitely might be pretty good to be able to have clean race. We'll also be able to have one race position. So gonna make sure to keep going faster. We're always gonna need to take a lot of motivation. We're always gonna do for taking a lot of perfection. So this one might be able to have some earnings. We'll be able to do perfectly well. So good thing everybody did pretty good job out there for this race. So gonna make sure to keep up. We're always gonna be able to take a lot of perfection. We're always gonna be able to do for the best. So this one might need to take some time to be able to do a lot of racing training out there. So it will always gonna need to take a lot of patience. We're always gonna be able to keep up the pace. We're always gonna keep your racing mobility. We're always gonna be able to have some usual skill set will always going to be able to do perfectly for the best. So we're almost there. So everything will might need to do a lot of practice out there for this race, folks. Keep practicing on Spa-Francochamps and you'll do perfectly. Will always to be able to have yourself for an achievement moment. Will always takes a good perfection. We're always going to be able to drive like a pro. So everybody is pretty good out there to be able to keep trying. We're also going to be able to keep practicing on Spa-Francochamps. So looks like tomorrow is going to be the last day for this week's on the daily race. We're always going to be able to take a lot of perfection moment out there. So it always happens to be able to keep trying. We're always going to be able to do for one perfection moment. We're also to be able to take a lot of practice out there. So this one might be able to be ready. We're also to keep up. And this one might be able to make sure we're always going to keep up for the best. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. I'll be seeing you guys next time for continuing on the daily race on Gran Turismo Sports, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.